Do we like Darcy in the background? Hello everybody. I am here. I'll try to look straight at the camera and not at myself, but I'm here to start a new reading vlog. I am doing a new adult reading vlog. If you can hear my sister brushing her teeth in the background, I apologize. She just stopped. Okay, so I have a couple new adult books I have to read that you chose, and I'm behind on my Pick What I Read Next, so of course, Miss Lily wants her ball. Nothing's new here, welcome. But I am behind on my Pick What I Read Next book, so I have to read Dear Ava by Ilsa Madden Mills. I've started that, and I have to read Ruthless Night by A. Jade. I'm pretty sure that's the title. I'll put it here if I'm wrong, and if I'm right, it's here. And I'm excited to read those two. And then I've also decided to throw in Angry God by LJ Shen because I know you guys love her. Let me have it, Lil. She knows I'm gonna take it away, so she's gonna give it to me. There we go. Okay, so I started Dear Ava and I was shocked by the beginning. Nobody really told me about it, but it literally starts off with our main character waking up in the middle of the woods after being sexually assaulted. So very surprising when I started. It is new adult in high school though, so she is a senior at this like prep school, and she implies that she tattled about it and that everybody hates her now. And then she had this thing with this guy named Chance, but there's like gonna be 3 guys. I don't know, but everybody hates her. She was there her freshman and sophomore year, and then she took a year off, and then now she's back to senior year, and everybody hates her, and it's like this prep school, so it's fine so far. I'm actually really liking Angry God by LJ Shen. I'm not that far into it, but it's Lenny and Vaughn, possibly? And I don't know if Vaughn is Vicious's son. I don't know whose son he is, I forget, but I think it might be Vicious. I don't remember whose kids are whose anymore, and I don't think he's talked about his parents yet. But his and Vicious's story like are kind of the same. And Vicious, the girl caught something happening when he was young, and he's hated her for it ever since. And in the beginning of Angry God, she catches something happening with Vaughn at their like prep school, boarding school in London, I think, and it's been like hanging over their heads ever since. But they are in a school in America now. She's British, he's not, and they're both artists, which I think is cool. But he's like determined to hate her but like her and like push her buttons. So typical high school bully romance, but I actually am really liking it. So that's what I'm listening to on audio. I am attacking Dear Ava first, and then I will get into that other book. But I have an unboxing, so if you don't care, I'll put a timestamp here of the end of this unboxing. But I got a Hello Lovely package. Hello Lovely is one of my favorite companies. I wear their outfits all the time, and they send seasonal book boxes for romance of exclusive covers. So we've had Sierra Simone, we've had Devney Perry, and really good authors. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So I already know what's in here. Becca spoiled me on the new products coming. They're all already live. They should be. They went live Thursday. Today's Wednesday, and I'm not reading these 3 books in a night, so this is gonna go up later. But she has new things coming, including a really beautiful sweatshirt. So she sent me a box of goodies. These were free, just gonna say that, but I do have a coupon code PEACE15. I love her company and everything they do, so I would support her anyways. And I'm so excited. There's so much in here. Okay, so the first thing is this hat. I don't really wear hats a lot, but I do when I am like either going on a hike or like at the beach or something. And so this says, read books, be kind, stay weird, which I love that so much. I can't put it on because I wear a bun, so like I can't really put hats on, but I really like that. And then, oh, I know she included a mug in here, which I'm excited for. And I think this has the same logo. Oh my gosh, I didn't rip off just a tiny tad piece. I think it's the same logo as the hat, but let's see. Lily is staring intently at me unboxing this. What is it? And it is, ooh, a black mug. Yep. Oh yeah, so it has like a silicone bottom. She showed that to me. So this one says, read books, be kind, stay weird, XO HLB, which is Hello Lovely box. And that's really cool, so like it doesn't slip on the bottom. I really like that. So it's like silicone border on the bottom, which I really like, so that's exciting. And then she packaged this really well too, so it wasn't gonna get in the way. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna save the best for last, which is what I'm most excited for. So we have a t-shirt, which I love her shirts. Did Darcy just get that wet? Did you just get that wet? We have Stay Weird XO HLB, which I think is like her new thing for her t-shirts, which I really like that. It's just one of her pocket tees which she has, which I have a pocket tee that says stay inside, read books, so that's my favorite that I have so far by her. And I also have one that just has the that was in the recent box that had the t-shirt with the pizza triangle in it. So she has a lot that is in the side. And then in white we have this one that says support your local book babe, which I really like that as well. These are so cute, and I live in sweatshirts and t-shirts with sweaters, so I am loving this new line she has. And then the best for last, which you guys need to order if you can, because I'm obsessed. It's so cute. So I'm obsessed. Look at that color. It is like a cloudy blue, and it says support your local book babe on it in the corner, and it's so pretty. So it's got a hood, it's a hoodie, and that's what it looks like. So this is a medium. I get mediums in sweatshirts. I'm wearing a medium right now from this company. I have a medium already in her Better Red Than Dead sweatshirt, which I absolutely love. So this one, excuse you, did I tell you you could have your ball back? You're being so good and patient, I know. So I love this. I am so excited for Becca for this launch of these new items. I think people are gonna love it, and I told her, I freaked out when she showed me this, and I'm so excited that she sent it to me. She's too good to me. She's way too good to me. But if you're interested in anything, I will link Hello Lovely down below, and I will list my rep code, which is PEACE15. 15% off is great. A lot of companies usually only give like 5 or 10% off, and she's giving 15. So check it out. I love everything in here. It's amazing. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that. And now I'm gonna go back to reading and letting you know how I feel about these new adult books. And Darcy's just gonna hang out behind me because she's adorable. Hey guys, it is Thursday. It is Thursday. I had a meeting this morning, and then I did a lot of my essay for my master's this week. It just started a new class, and I had to run to Hobby Lobby for a fun project I'm doing on my channel. I think it's gonna be the next video, so keep your eye out for that. It has to do with paint. So I'm very excited for that. And then I had to run to the dentist and drop off my sister's molds. Her mouth guard broke, and she didn't know they needed them when she went in the other day, so I did it for her. She doesn't know yet that I took them for her, so she should be happy when she wakes up because she worked last night. So she was not looking forward to driving there because it's out of the way of anywhere else we ever would need to go. So I'm such a good sister, aren't I? But I'm wearing my new Hello Lovely sweatshirt. They went up live today, so I'll link it down below. Make sure you grab it if you want one. I'm just obsessed with like the blue. I'm obsessed with everything they do. So I'm here for reading update though. So I ran some errands, and I listened to more of Angry God, and I really like how they are artistic. So they were both competing for the same internship, and like they were both top of the school. There was one person they knew would get it, and there were only 2 spots, and they were 2 and 3. I won't tell you who got it, but I like how they're both very passionate about art, and I will never get it in new adult books because, like, personally, if people hated me and I was being bullied, I would not go to a party where my bullies were. And like, I don't even know what they do there. They just like sit. I don't know why people in new adult romances, bully high school romances, always attend parties where people they hate are going to be. I don't know. And it's obviously like to improve the plot. And then in new adult romances, there's always like this hierarchy that everybody's so aware of. And I just feel like I went to a normal high school where people just did what they did. And there was no like, they were popular kids, but there was no like, I'm better than you and I'm at the top of the school and you're just scum. Like, no one talked like that. There was a scene in here where they're like talking about the hierarchy, and they're like, we've been here since day one and he's ours because we've known him since we were kids. You can't approach him. And I'm just like, but I'm really actually enjoying this one, and we'll see how the rest of it goes. He's not like super mean to her, so they're not like bully romances, but they have a past, and they obviously like each other. So there's that one. I think I have about 8 hours left in that audiobook. And then Dear Ava is surprisingly really good. Now I'm going to try to make sure I don't mix them up because I'm listening to an audio noodle and reading it, and what I try to do if I'm reading books at the same time, which I always am, they're always different genres, so I'm getting a little confused by which happens in which story. But in Dear Ava, it's Ava and Knox is actually nice to her. He's not bullying her. He helped her change her tire, and obviously she doesn't want anything to do with him because she had a thing with one of his best friends before she was raped at this party, and he's super protective of her. If like people even like bring something up about the fact that she was raped, like in a mocking way, he snaps at them. So he's actually like really nice and cares for her, and he actually liked her before this whole thing happened when she was dating one of his friends. And so I really like him, and I think he's the quarterback, and he has a twin brother. This one has a lot more substance than I thought it would, and I don't know if it's because I just haven't been reading that great of new adult romances, and the last high school new adult I read was Charlie Rose's new one, and I gave that one 4 stars, but I felt like it had all the tropes, and this one doesn't, which I'm very thankful for. So it's really good so far. I really like it. I'm only 35% of the way through. I'm so thankful for Kindles because I read almost every night before bed and fall asleep probably like 80% of the time while I'm reading to fall asleep. And so I always lose my place because my bookmark falls out, and then I wake up like an hour later like, oh, let me turn on my light. But with the Kindle, it saves your spot. So I know I'm on 34% and I have a lot more to go though. I'm hoping to finish today. I don't think that'll happen, but I have to work on my secret project and film that and show you guys the product in that video. So I'm very excited for that. And yeah, that's what I'm doing today. So I keep on getting, I don't know where my phone is, but I'm gonna go read more and I'll catch you guys up when I have something to tell you. Hi guys, sorry, I'm gonna try to make sure the glare's not on my glasses, but how are you? It's Friday. I wanted to show you my little project I was doing yesterday. So I decided to color the pages of my books, paint them, and it looks so good on these 2 at least that I did so far. I have 3 that I have to like tear apart, and one doesn't look so good because I try to do like a galaxy theme, but I did record the whole process, so that video is going to be going up a couple days after this one. But look how pretty. It's like blue metallic on this one, and it looks so good. And then even naked it looks good. Like look at that. It turned out really well. I'm very excited. I think the metallic looks better when it's painted. This one is like a gold metallic, and I really like how that turned out too with that. And it feels totally normal when you flip through and like read. So it looks more splotchy on camera, I feel like, but like in person it looks pretty good. So happy about those. But I have been doing that, and I feel like my hair looks weird. Does it look weird? I don't know. But I have been listening to audiobooks, and I finished Angry God, and my phone's downstairs. I tweeted about this, and I don't know if people have responded because it's been a couple hours and I've been busy, and so I haven't checked Twitter. And I'm between a 2 and a 3 star. As I was reading it, I was like, it's a 3 star. It was fine. Like, I don't know what it wanted to be. So the beginning started when they were in high school, and then I want to say like halfway through, all of a sudden they're in Europe now, and I don't even know what they were doing. Were they at a school? It was like an institute, but like they were allowed to work on their art, but I don't think they had any classes, and I don't know if it was like an internship, but I don't know what they had to do other than create their art. I feel like I was missing the chemistry between Vaughn and Lenny. I didn't get why they liked each other. There was just this moment they kept on talking about that they had with each other with brownies when they were children, and since then they've just been obsessed with each other, but I didn't really get it except for the fact that Vaughn was obsessed with her and that she liked him. I didn't feel their chemistry. They liked to play games with each other. Like, he did something in front of her, so then she turned the tables and did it in front of him. And I'm like, this is very a toxic relationship right now, but it was fine. I was like kind of bored during it, and then there are trigger warnings, and I'm gonna tell you what they are. Trigger warnings in my mind shouldn't be spoilers, but it does spoil Vaughn's past, so mute me right now if you don't want to hear it. And the summary of the book just said there's dark subject in here, so be like wary if you're sensitive to that. And I don't know if that's enough of a trigger warning for this book, because we have rape, self-harm, and pedophilia pretty explicitly on the page. So I was shocked. I don't think I've seen any reviews of people I know that have talked about those trigger warnings. I went and sought out reviews on Goodreads and noticed some of them did, but I was shocked that that content was just like, here it is. And I was like, whoa. And I don't have triggers, but like, the pedophilia really got to me. I was like, whoa, that was dark. And I mean, it says that it's a dark romance. There was that. And that was the whole reason why Vaughn was the way he was. And I felt bad for his parents. His parents were pretty present in here. I did not like how we got random chapters from the parents. Both of them got like one chapter each near the end. Like, it was their reaction to learning about Vaughn, and I don't think I liked that. Like, if you're gonna have dual perspective, just stick with dual perspective. Don't add random perspectives in. And I don't know. It became all about that at the end, and Vaughn trying to get revenge, and like someone was blackmailing his mom, and I was like, this book is just trying to be too many things. And yeah, so I'm probably gonna round it up to a 3, but it's more of a 2.5. Because I didn't hate it. Like, for 2, it's like, wow, this was really hard for me to read. And 1 means I probably DNF'd it and absolutely hate it. So 3 just means it was fine. I would never reread it. That's why it's like 2.5. But it wasn't like horrible. So, and then I am still reading Dear Ava, and I'm actually loving this so much. Knox is just so infatuated, but like secretly infatuated, and I really like that. And I will say in this one, the plot of Ava's rape in the beginning is prevalent throughout the whole book, because they're still trying to figure out who did it to her, and she's just not trusting anybody, including Knox's twin brother. And I looked because I was like, can we have a book for Dane? Like, Dane is such a damaged soul, more so than Knox. Like, Dane is really struggling and he's on drugs. I really like him, but I don't think this is gonna be a series. But I'm enjoying it so far, and Knox is like really hard on himself, and then Ava thinks that Knox is just trying to be nice to her because of what happened to her, and that's really sad. So it's really good, and I can't wait to finish it. I have about 30% left, which I'm definitely going to finish today, and then I'm going to get to the last book, which is Ruthless Night. Yep. Okay, I have to go fix my other 2 books that I did of this, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, I'm here with Miss Darcy behind me. I am here to update you because I, first off, wrote my review for Angry God on Goodreads, and have officially decided to 2-star. I was talking to Lacey and Sarah about it. Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers, and Sarah, my friend Sarah Green, who's an author. And everything like that they were reminding me of that happened in it, and I was just like, no. So I'm dropping my rating down to a 2-star. There were so many times, like, he was known for getting pleasured in public at the high school all the time, wherever he could. And I'm just like, seriously, it just like seems like everything has to be so over dramatic in LJ Shen's books, and that trigger warning thing really is bothering me, that she can't tell her readers going in that there are those triggers. Yeah, I wasn't a fan, and I explained it all in that review, so 2 stars. If you're not following me on Goodreads, it's always linked down below. And I also finished Dear Ava, which I have to write in a review today, and I really like this. I gave it 5 stars. The ending was so different, and I loved it for it. There were 2 epilogues, which, if you don't know, I am annoyed with epilogues. Like, I don't care when a couple is just happy and together. So there were 2 of them, which were spanning like a 1.5 years later, and then 4 years later than that. I think, no, it was like way more than, it was like 6 or 7 years after that, because it was 4 years after college is that last epilogue. But I really thought it was cute. I really loved how Knox was so loyal to his brother, to the point where it kind of did cause conflict between him and Ava, because he had to choose who he wanted to support. And there is mention of self-harm, so be aware of that going in. Dane is kind of a hot mess because of their past, especially with their mom, and he is struggling, and so Knox has to help him. And I really like it when there's stuff outside of the actual relationship that the characters have to deal with, because that's like normal life. Like, when people are in a relationship, they have other things going on in their lives. And so I don't like it when romances is they only have their romance and there's nothing else going for them. And Knox had a lot of things going on, and so did Ava. She has a special needs brother who's adorable, and stuff going on with her mom and school, and obviously the mystery behind who had attacked her in the beginning of the book. And so that does come to fruition at the end, which I liked. I really did enjoy this book. It was just so good. And even though it was new adult in high school, there was a few like petty characters, but like not so over the top like in Angry God, where there's always like the mean girl who has to be super gross and aggressive and angry at the main character for like no reason at all other than that she's with the hot guy. So I really enjoyed it. I think it was pretty realistic, and I liked the characters and their journeys in the relationship. So 5 out of 5 stars for that one. And I started Ruthless Night, and I'm already loving it. First of all, it's 600 pages, which I don't think a new adult book has to be 600 pages. We'll see how the pacing is in this book, as I don't know what could happen, if it's going to be drawn out or not, but I figured you'd want to see Darcy for this. But it's good so far. Our main character, Sawyer, who is Dylan's best friend from book 1, and Cole is our main guy character, who is the brother of the guy from book 1. I'm blanking on his name right now. They just mentioned him in the book, but I am liking it. They don't really like each other. Cole is just like really damaged and the bad boy, and they're having a moment at a party where they're just kind of talking, and Sawyer's religious, which I don't think we've really had a new adult book where the girl is very religious. She goes to church a lot. She sings at church. That's an interesting character to read about. And Sawyer is also a curvy main character, a fat main character. I don't know the correct terminology, but she is plus size, and so she discusses that already. I'm 5% into the book, and she talks about like how people view her weight and how she views her weight and what people say that's harmful. So I'm really liking it so far, and she talks about how it's affected her past relationships, about guys just sometimes say they're not attracted to her body type. So she's very wary about anything going into relationships, and she's especially wary of Cole. She's actually helping Oakley. She's like Oakley's tutor. He was the step cousin in the first book, and I'm thinking he's getting the 3rd book, so I'm very intrigued to see. I have to check if there's a 3rd book listed on Goodreads for the sister of Cole, Bianca. And yeah, so I really like Sawyer's character though, because she's just kind of like Dylan, where she's just normal. So we'll see. It does have like the stereotypical mean girl, like enemy character, but it's good so far. So I'm gonna read some more. I would love to finish this today, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So yeah. All right, I gotta go get stuff done. So I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, so I am 17% into Ruthless Night, and I'm loving it. I think it's because I'm super in the mood for this kind of romance. It's angsty, and they don't want to admit they like each other, but they do like each other, but they don't think the other one likes them, because in the prologue, which was actually really long, I want to say it was like 10% of the book, so it was like about 40 pages was a prologue, was what happened to make them like hurt by each other. Cole does something, and so Sawyer literally doesn't talk to him anymore, and a year goes by and Sawyer still hasn't said a word, and that's when we get into like our main book, and I really like it. I will say though, like, it's kind of making me uncomfortable how many gross nicknames Cole's girlfriend has for Sawyer because of her weight. She's nasty, and I'm just like, are people really that rude? I mean, yeah, people are that rude, and it just makes me so disgusted that people are like that, where like she was calling her really bad things because she's a larger girl, and that's sad because Sawyer talks about how insecure she is about it, and there's scenes between Sawyer and her mom's trying to get her to lose weight, and Sawyer's just like feels like, what do you do now? And she hates it when people are like, oh, you'd be so pretty if you lost weight, and like I feel really bad for her, but it's really good so far, and I'm just like keep on thinking about book 3, which doesn't come out until August, but it's gonna be, I think, Bianca and Oakley. And I just got through a scene where it was Oakley's scene, and we know what happened to him in the previous book, but he's just hurting, and we learn more about it because he just told Sawyer. And I guess people are angry that it's Bianca and Oakley because we didn't know who Bianca would be with after book 1, because they're very different, but I'm excited. So I'm really enjoying this. I am 80 pages in and I'm only 17% in, so it's gonna be a while, but Like a lot's happened, but like the romance hasn't progressed, so I can see why it's taking this long to happen. So, okay, I'm gonna keep on reading and up to you guys later. Good morning. It is Sunday morning and I've already worked out. I walked my dogs. I finished an essay. It's been a productive morning, but I'm reading now. I'm 42% in. Like I said, it was a goal to finish yesterday, but I didn't. And I ended up watching See with Jason Momoa on Apple TV. Oh my God. It's in a world where literally no one can see anymore. And like, it's just like, that's just no one has vision. And it's terrifying because there's a battle scene in the beginning and literally they're all blind. But anyways, I'm still really enjoying this. There's a fake dating trope, which I absolutely love. But what's so sad is that Cole shows up at Sawyer's house and both of her parents don't believe someone like Cole would date her. Like, if I brought someone home and my parents are like, oh, there's no way that he would ever be interested in you, I would be horrified. Horrified. And her parents were like, what are you doing with our daughter? You're obviously playing games. No one as good looking as you would ever be with our fat daughter. What horrible people. But I'm really enjoying it. I love their banter and how like it's forced proximity kind of because they're fake dating. I love a good fake dating trope, so I'm really enjoying this. And I'm gonna read some more. I'm definitely gonna finish this today because I hope to finish this video and post it today. So yeah, and we got a lot of Dylan and Jace. Jace is a guy from book 1, which I like, so. And Bianca's hilarious. She's the younger sister. She totally is pulling a couple of Mean Girl jokes on people. Like, she told her friend that she had this super secret protein bar thing that'll make you lose weight super fast, but it's not FDA approved yet, but she can get her some. And I'm like, oh my God, she's gonna totally sabotage her diet. And she's hilarious and she lies all the time to get what she wants, and I'm excited. Her cover dropped. I'll show it to you here. This is the cover for book 3, and now all of these people, the kids in this family, so Jace, Cole, and Bianca, are half Indian. Their mother was a Bollywood star, so I think that's cool. I'm not a huge fan, I think, of the girl's hair. I think something about this cover is a little off to me. I don't know what it was, but I'm excited to see who her love interest is. So yeah, I'm gonna go keep on reading. Hey guys, I'm here to close out this vlog. It is Sunday. I went to Half Price Books today, so they only let, the guy told me 18 people at the store. So I got there and I had to wait like 2 minutes until someone left, and I ended up getting the Priory of the Orange Tree. It looks massive, but it's actually shorter than the Way of Kings, and it looks bigger than the Way of Kings, but it's 800 pages. I've heard it's really great fantasy. I heard it's an FF romance, and I'm excited to read this. It's massive, but I know Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte loves this, and other people have been recommending it to me after seeing that I've been picking up some fantasy. So I am here though because I have finished officially Ruthless Night, and this first of all felt like it dragged because we had a whole new conflict emerge about halfway through, and the last 200 pages was this extra conflict that was completely separate from the romance. So like they already decided they liked each other, wanted to be together officially, and then we had 200 pages of Sawyer's conflict, which had to do with her weight. And I didn't know there was going to be such a huge conflict in the story for Sawyer about her thoughts about her weight and losing weight. So she had started to lose little weight, and I was like, is the author really going to have Sawyer just like lose all this weight and be with the hot guy and then like be happy? Because I was going to be really annoyed with that. But there was a purpose for it. So there is a trigger warning, definite trigger warning for suicide in this book, because we learned in book 1 that their brother, Jace and Cole's brother, Cole's twin brother, committed suicide when they were in middle school, and that was what a lot of the conflict in book 1 was about. Well, Cole still has a lot of unresolved feelings and responsibility, and he feels like it was his fault, and we actually get that scene again from Cole's perspective of the night that his brother committed suicide, and it was really hard to read because Cole is really mean to his brother, and he feels like it was his fault that he ended up dying. And Cole's brother has a lot of mental health problems, and they're undiagnosed because he didn't get the help that he needed, just like his mom had, and so that's a huge part of that plot line. And so we do even have Cole contemplating suicide, so if that's at all triggering to you, don't pick up this book. But it's was really hard to read. And then we get Sawyer's character where she's dealing with her weight, and then she ends up, this is a little spoilery, but there is prescription drug use in here, like illegal prescription drug use, so she doesn't have a prescription for it, and that relates into her weight loss. And 200 pages of this book is her on the spiral downwards, and so her character goes through a lot. I liked it and I didn't. I feel like it took forever to get to the end, so I'm thinking I'm gonna give this a 4.5 star because I loved the romance. I loved how I was never mad at Sawyer for giving into Cole, because Cole was really mean to her in the prologue. Like, he had called her fat to everybody. He was like, I would never be with her because she's so fat and ugly. And so that's really affected her. And like, he was mean at one point, but he was drunk and he doesn't remember saying it, and he was really projecting it because of feelings of something else, and so they explained that. So as a bully romance, I feel like it was very believable that Sawyer would end up still liking him and like taking him, and like he still has groveling to do, and so I really enjoyed that. Their romance was believable. I got why Sawyer liked him. She didn't want to, so it was angsty, and I love that. So I think the first 400 pages I really loved of this book, and Cole coming to terms with his brother's death and Sawyer helping him through that. But Sawyer's difficulty also really hit hard for me. This was a really hard-hitting romance. I don't know if hard-hitting is the right word, but it dealt with a lot of dark issues, and it was hard reading about Sawyer's problems, especially with her weight and how she is constantly thinking about that and has to seek out help, and it affected their relationship. And I mean, I liked how we do have both characters are flawed, and both of them have really big problems that are bigger than their relationship together. So I really enjoyed it. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm very excited for book 3. I still don't know who Bianca's gonna end up with, because now it doesn't sound like it's Oakley, but I don't know. So yeah, let me know if you read any of these 3 books. I read Angry God and Dear Ava and Ruthless Night, and 2 out of the 3 were pretty much 5-star reads, so this was really fun. Let me know if you've read them and what your thoughts were, and I will continue doing this with my Pick What I Read Next picks, but that's all I have. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye.